100. Chance of storms with a weak front on Thursday. That's why for Friday and Saturday, slightly drier. Lows in the 60s, highs in the upper 80s to near 90. And then by next week, humidity back as we will see a daily chance of rain and storms. With Wink News, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
It's Rockstar Harley's pre-owned red tag sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys tagged with liquidation pricing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, 100% of applications accepted. Save thousands this week. Only at Rockstar Harley's pre-owned red tag sale. Ends this Sunday.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. Whew. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes. So if you're having AC problems, get our $49 tune-up, including no breakdown guarantee, and Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Celebrate mom with diamond stud earrings from Jason and Todd at the Diamond District. Half carat total diamond weights, $395. 1 carat total diamond weights, just $985. And beautiful 2 carat total diamond weight stud earrings, only $39.85 at the Diamond District.
This is 92.5 Fox News. This is The Drive with Trey Ray.
5:05 here on 92.5 Fox News. Trey Riddle, your host of The Drive. A lot of state news happening today. Governor Charlie Crist has done it, pulled the trigger, and on this May the 4th, may the 4th be with you, he has decided to run for governor. Man, look, I'll get back to Charlie a little later because we started yesterday with Charlie Crist. Now that he is officially in, I can't believe this dude is still in Florida politics. This is his third run as governor, by the way. He has one term. Remember when he was a Republican? He ran again against Rick Scott. He's running again now. He ran for the U.S. Senate as a Republican until he turned independent. Then he went back to Pinellas County, north of us, where he was born and raised, and he's a congressman there now. For those of you that are not insane political animals, Charlie Crist has been a U.S. congressman for quite a few years now. After his whole debacle of flipping parties and all of that, he eventually he worked for Morgan & Morgan, and he did commercials for them. I mean, they were, to use a derogatory term towards personal injury lawyers, which I have no problem with. And I got hit by a truck once. Think about that. I was parked at a red light and a truck hit me. You know, lawyers, like cops, yeah, bitch about them all you want till you need one.
You'll hate every lawyer but yours.
Yeah, exactly. Like Congress, you'll hate every member of Congress except for your own. Kind of funny how that works across the entire United States. So Charlie Crist was doing ambulance chasing. That's the derogatory term. Commercials with Morgan & Morgan, and then ran for Congress. Yeah, north of us in Pinellas, and he's been a Democratic congressman for the past several years now, and he's running for governor. He launched today, and his main line is that what a terrible job Ron DeSantis is doing. Ron DeSantis, who has, who even among Democrats gets high marks. Well,
out of the gate, his first ad negative. I just can't believe it. Literally, the first thing he says, he looks at the camera and goes, "I'm Charlie Crist," and that guy sucks.
Yep.
I mean, for a guy that has one of the best records ever for one of our governors, I mean, who advises this guy?
Yeah,
I guess we're going to get into that, but
yeah, no, we will.
but
that's it goes to show that anybody running against Ron DeSantis knows that they are in a tough spot. Real quick, let me even talk about why people run. And with Charlie running, look, this guy will run for anything. Seriously. He's
anywhere and for any party.
And for any party.
Very versatile.
He will stand any way you want him to on any policy that you ask him to. It just depends on not even the political year, election year. It depends on the hour and who he's talking to. Charlie Crist, honestly, is one of the reasons we hate politicians. And I can't even believe that Democrats entertained him to run against Rick Scott. But now, I don't know. I don't get it, but Charlie Crist loves it. He basks in the limelight. He really, by the way, is one of the fiercest fundraisers. Fiercest? Did I just say that? Fiercest. Fiercest. He's not just fierce. He's not even the fiercest. He's so badass, he's the fiercest. Sounds like a German word. That man is the fiercest fundraiser that you could possibly find. And he's an animal when it comes to it. So when he's in, he's all in, and he's going to go all out and do it. But when you've got someone like a Val Demings, name you haven't heard yet, you will, former Orlando City Police Chief, and is currently a member of Congress representing a district in Central Florida, the Orlando area. She could run. The question with both of these is, will they stay in the race even if things don't pan out, if they're not fundraising like they had wished they would, or will they just go back to their congressional districts and rerun for that? But sometimes people will run strictly to get their name ID up. And in fact, some people still today believe that's why Marco Rubio was running for the U.S. Senate back in 2010, because they believed that he wanted to eventually run for governor. And he had termed out of his term in the Florida House. He was the Speaker of the House. And he goes to run for Senate against, this will go to show again how quickly the tides can change, to run against then the most popular governor in the United States, Charlie Crist. I do want to, again, bring in a little asterisk with that. While you may think that the tide could change very quickly with Ron DeSantis, it can. There's no doubt about it. However, major difference between someone like a Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist. Charlie Crist changes at any given moment. The man is a chameleon. He is a hypocrite. At times, he's just a liar. He's a nice enough guy, but you don't change your positions like that quickly, that rapid fire, without being a phony. And that, by the way, is why Charlie Crist began to lose support among Republicans. So back to Rubio doing that, Marco Rubio takes him on, and you could never I could never get Marco on and say, hey, man, can you just tell me, was this part of the plan? Did you really think that you were going to win? You've openly said that it would be tough to take on Charlie Crist when you ran against him. No politician's ever going to tell you that. They will always tell you, no, I ran because I wanted to represent Florida in the Senate, and blah, blah, blah. The reality, you know the rest of the answer. My principles and morals, my parents came from this, and I stand for that. So the reality that goes on behind the scenes is some people will run just to get their name ID up. And I do wonder if some people are doing that, like a Val Demings out of Central Florida. I don't know what Charlie's doing. Dude's already got name ID. He just wants to run, and he basks in that. And then there's Nikki Fried. Is she going to give up her spot as ag commissioner? I mean, does she want to give up? She's the only statewide elected Democrat. And to go after Ron DeSantis when he already has high approval ratings and when it historically is a year that Republicans are going to do really, really well. Don't get me wrong. If anybody can screw up things quickly, it's Republicans. Theoretically. Historically, though, this is a midterm election. The Dems have the White House, House, and Senate, so the Republicans should do really well. I just don't know what some of these people are thinking, or they're just going to run and then bail out and run in their congressional seats. Ron DeSantis today did something very interesting. He went, and do you know where he had a press conference? What county did he hold a press conference today? Where did Charlie Crist announce from today? Pinellas County. Where'd Ron go? Pinellas County. And it's literally, didn't talk about it, didn't do anything, but it is absolutely 100% planned. We're going to steal his thunder. That's exactly, see, these are the types of things that go on behind the scenes nobody would ever admit. There's nobody, I mean, maybe somebody off record speaking with a journalist like, yeah, we wanted to go there, wanted to make a mark, something like that for insider information and donors to look at and say, oh, wow, insider Republicans, oh, of course you did. But, you could ask Ron that. Did you go to Pinellas the same day that Charlie announced just because you wanted to get a dig in on Charlie? No, of course not. I just went there to go talk about these great things we're doing with the legislature, what we passed and how we finished up. So DeSantis today signs a bill that bans vaccine passports, okay? That will not be tolerated in Florida. There is no sort of separate but equal as we've used before. And what he's also done is, with executive order, suspended local government pandemic-related restrictions like mask mandates. Let me repeat that. Governor DeSantis issued an executive order today immediately suspending local government pandemic-related restrictions such as mask mandates. And he's saying that, quote, it's the evidence-based thing to do. Here's my favorite quote about this. What I'm about to say is, look, I'm not here. I know that I've shared my affinity for Ron DeSantis, but I really want you to see how Ron will take something and flip it. Ron DeSantis, I've often said, he doesn't always have he doesn't have the warmest personality. Not the kindest, not the sweet guy. He's like kind at times anti-Charlie Crist. Charlie Crist is the guy that will, put his arm around you and, hey, when are we going to go get that beer? Let's talk. How's the family, the kids? Ron is an analytical guy. He processes information like a computer and makes decisions. What I love about what he does is that man makes decisions, I believe, oftentimes the right decisions, but he sticks to them. And he believes in what he's doing. I mean, if you look at the crap that man was getting during the height of the pandemic, Ron DeSantis was one of the most hated, villainous Republicans on the planet during the pandemic because he was like, no, you can go to the beaches. You can go outside. Our parks should be open. We're not going to lock the entire state down for this. So in sticking with that, this quote that he says, it just flips everything right back on Democrats. And again, what this is him being quoted because what he's done, again, is suspended local government pandemic-related restrictions. This is effective now. Ron says, quote, I think folks that are saying that they need to be policing people at this point, if you're saying that, you really are saying that you don't believe in the vaccines, you don't believe in the data, and you don't believe in science. Like it's a great quote because I just don't know how a Democrat begins to attack that. When we come back, finish up some of these things that Governor DeSantis has announced, some other statewide news, and, what do we have here? We've got some fun stuff to play around with as well. A hip-hop artist that made a song about scamming the federal government of your money, by the way, in the way of welfare from the federal government during the pandemic. He made a song about it. Was it true? We'll talk about that. And I've always said the quickest way to spot a racist liberal is especially a white liberal, put them in the room with a black conservative. We've got some incredible sound coming up. Phone number is 239-479-5592. 239-479-5592. You can call in about any of this state stuff. Governor DeSantis, Charlie Crist, and more. This is The Drive. I'm Trey Radel. We'll be right back.
Is 92.5 Fox
Ever
News.
purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. In studio with us, Dr. Michael P. Varveris. You can find Dr. Varveris online at mddocv.com. Talk to us a little bit, like Salt and Pepper saying, let's talk about sex, baby. But specifically, Dr. Varveris, talk to us about what you do for men and hormones.
Well, first off, hormones move around in the blood, but they work in the tissues. So what really matters is the tissue level and not the blood level. Now, when you're taking testosterone, whether it's a tablet or an injection or a cream or a pellet, the blood level is pretty much worthless. Most doctors don't understand this, and patients end up getting horribly overdosed. When patients overdose, the extra testosterone is converted to estrogen. Estrogen levels increase. Also, quite often, the red blood cell count increases. Doctors commonly will add a drug to block the estrogen or recommend phlebotomies to remove the excess blood. So if you're a man on testosterone and your doctor is measuring blood levels or putting you on a drug to block estrogen or recommending phlebotomies, you really do need to see me.
Visit him online today, mddocv.com. Again, that's mddocv.com.
When it comes to weather forecasting here in Southwest Florida, accuracy matters.
Meteorologist Matt Devitt told you when this storm would hit.
Reliability matters.
Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt is tracking this powerful storm.
Experience matters.
Just had a huge surge come in from the Atlantic.
Trust Matt Devitt.
Bring that umbrella. Look at all the rain.
Wink News Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt. Weeknights on Wink News, the Weather Authority.
The return of the big wedding. Next, in Sun Edition, after a year of holding off the big day, how brides and grooms are going all out again, but safely.
It's amazing, finally.
How weddings are getting back to normal.
Everyone's like busting at the seams to get out of the house.
Then, the woman who says she was pressured to leave the beach for wearing a skimpy bikini. Watch the next in Sun Edition.
Weeknights at 7:30 on Wink TV.
Do you support school choice for families in Southwest Florida? Naples Classical Academy, a Hillsdale College public charter school, opens this fall. NCA is holding a Denim and Diamonds Gala fundraiser on Saturday, May 15th. Guest speaker will be Congressman Madison Cawthorn with a personal message of courage and perseverance. Everyone is invited to support the Academy and have a great time. Enjoy line dancing, the silent auction, a famous Herb's barbecue dinner, and more. Get tickets and info at naplesclassical.org/gala.
Trey Radel is on 92.5 Fox News.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. A few things summing up Charlie Crist for. We'll return to him in the 6th, but Brady streaming us on Facebook right now saying Charlie has Morgan & Morgan to fund his joke of a campaign. Actually, John Morgan has said he's sitting it out. If Val Demings gets into it, and excuse me, she's expected to. So I don't think Charlie will have that money, even as an outside entity, to try to get him elected, even though they have a long relationship going back and forth. I think, but Morgan has also always been a realist, and I just don't think he sees Charlie Crist as being any kind of a favorite in a Democratic primary. We'll see. You never know. In this, though, with Governor DeSantis today, once again, if you're just joining us, signing a bill banning vaccine passports, suspending a lot of the local pandemic restrictions, saying it's the evidence-based thing to do. In fact, something that I love is he's quoted as saying, if you're saying that people need to be policed at this point, what you're saying is you don't believe in the vaccines, you don't believe the data, and you don't believe the science. But it really is amazing. Liberals cannot quit the lockdown, can they? They can't give it up. Was speaking with a friend from Washington, D.C. Today, and 2 days ago, someone from New York. And the friend from D.C. said, if you walk, actually, I was doing some jokes back and forth. I said, in Florida, we're allowed to dance. And that's because in Washington, D.C., the mayor there said you're allowed now to do weddings and wedding receptions, but you're not allowed to dance. I'd love to see the enforcement on that, by the way. Like, if I lived in D.C., I would absolutely be getting together a wedding immediately and having as much dancing and grinding and grinning and twerking and, well, you get the point. I mean, it would be everything. It would be hip-hop. It'd be slow 90s R&B. Oh, yeah. It would be until the cops came to break it up. Wouldn't that be a sight to see? I mean, I'd love to have cameras stationed everywhere to see cops come in to break up people dancing because it's straight out of the 80s Footloose. So we're talking, and she's like, look, if you walk around Washington, D.C. outside and you're on a sidewalk without a mask, people will cross the street to avoid you. New York City, dead as hell. Still, traffic in the mornings, there's just no traffic. Must be pretty amazing for those who are fortunate enough to still be living and affording it, and not dead yet, by the way, in what is quickly becoming one of the murder capitals of the United States. But the liberals cannot quit lockdown, and it's just not stopping. Take a listen to this. This is an MSNBC interview with a Dr. Zeke Emanuel, who is talking with an MSNBC anchor on basically, he's very sad that we don't have a national database. He even uses QR codes that we need on people. Take a listen.
How serious is this threat? Forge vaccination cards so people can go out and do what they want when they have not been
Do
vaxxed?
what they want. And they haven't been vaxxed.
I think it's a serious threat. I think it's inevitable, and have been saying it for months, that we will be certifying whether people have been vaccinated enough or not to go to indoor events like theater or sporting events or even board airplanes to employment. And I understand why the administration really didn't want to create a large database. I don't think the privacy is really the concern. I think a lot of people are what they're really worried about is things like exploitation. Is it going to be commercialized? Is it going to fall into hands where people are going to use it for other reasons than the reasons that they certified? And I think those are serious concerns. But so is forgery, and so is I'm going to an indoor spot. Everyone says that they've been vaccinated, show their card, but in fact haven't, and a spreading event is possible. So there's no easy solution here, but I do think not doing a national database whereby the QR code you can actually get in, having that be done by a not-for-profit, making sure it won't be commercialized, I think that would have been the right way to go.
Yeah, because I'm sure that a nonprofit, which are often always scraping for money, wouldn't do anything to compromise anything at all. I mean, what, by the way, liberals' unfettered faith in government is scary in itself, but what is that? Oh, we'll just give it to a nonprofit. I mean, nonprofit sounds really nice, doesn't it? They don't work for profit, therefore they're not evil capitalists. First of all, does anybody even understand the concept of a nonprofit? They have to have lots of money. People who head up nonprofits still can make millions and millions of dollars locally. In fact, I'll say there is one, I'm not going to name it, but someone in particular that's caught a lot of crap because this person has a salary of, I mean, it's substantial, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, but running one of the most prominent nonprofits, not only in Southwest Florida, the state of Florida. Nonprofits also determine what you will be paid, what your talents bring to the table, and why they need to retain you. And by the way, when they have that kind of substantial salary, more than likely they're bringing in a boatload of other donations to run the entire thing anyway. So
the truth is, most people believe that when you say nonprofit, that no one
makes
pull
money.
a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
No, there's tons of people that get paid. There's staff. There's everything that's needed. You got to pay for the events you do. In fact, sometimes you got to pay more for the events. Sometimes you even lose money. Sometimes you put a substantial amount of money up front and hope for it all to come in. So let me go back, though, to what that was all from. Did you hear her comment at the beginning? Their concern was fake vaccination cards. And she said, as the anchor at MSNBC, she said, well, is there a concern with fake vaccination cards? People just forging them and doing what they want? What is it with you people? This is crazy town. But it goes on, people just doing what they want. And he's like, I know. Forgery is very serious. You know what else is serious? People just going to places like the theater, a sporting event. Employment. He said employment. Flying. All of these, if you're not vaxxed. I mean, do you know that for a year here in Florida, we've been doing all of those things? We've been going to Super Bowls. We've been going to church. We've been going to our place of employment. We have been going everywhere. And every damn month, it's something new coming from the national press about Florida's doomed now. Florida's doomed now. I mean, think about just the past year. I mean, it started with DeSantis, like Florida man, going to send everybody to their death. The vulnerable elderly population is all going to die. And sure enough, we're fine. Well, now it's going to happen because DeSantis reopened. Everyone's going to die. Nope. Now DeSantis reopened restaurants to 25%. We're all going to die. No. Now DeSantis, he opened up the bars. And it goes on and on. And do you know what the latest has been for about 30 days now? Is that the variant, the COVID variant, is going to kill Florida. What are they doing? What are they thinking? And then came the Super Bowl, and then comes UFC events. Has there been any event of all of those, these massive events that we've had in the state of Florida that have been super spreaders? No. Nope. And here they are still talking about, did you hear what he finished with? QR codes. A national database of QR codes where either, and what that is the little, how do you explain it? It's what you put your phone up to and scan. If you've been to a restaurant lately, that's how they give you your menu. You take your smartphone and you just put the camera onto their little box that has little black and white marks in it, and it pulls the menu up. That's a QR code. You could scan prices and do a whole lot more. What do? Do we get it tatted on us? Wouldn't that be awesome if we all just walked around with forehead tattoos of QR codes? Vaxxed or non-vaxxed, clean or unclean. At our establishment, we offer separate but equal. Like go to a Miami Heat game, everybody vaxxed, swilling mojitos, drinking margaritas, dancing and then you go to the unvaxxed, and it's like you're in the showers with players or something. I don't know. You dirty people, unvaxxed. So him implying this once again goes to show the insanity that still exists in our cities up north. These people are crazy. I mean, as either we've discussed this, you listening now, on you streaming us on the show, and I've tried to share with you my takes from friends and family in Chicago, Ohio, New York, L.A., and Washington. Have you spoken with people in these places? I'd even ask, like, do you have family and friends that were once skeptical of government and government overreach, and now are just like, oh my God, masks for everybody. You people in Florida are crazy. I ask this because we're living in a different country right now. This is a conversation, I'm sorry, I don't even know if I shared, but the other night, I say we went to a shrimp boil. Buddy from New Orleans, his family's from New Orleans, had a shrimp boil. I was sharing I know now why I said it. In part, two reasons. One, we're out there and it's a beautiful Florida night. God, I love this place. And we're eating shrimp. It's so good too. And he's got it all, right? Like he did his whole boil with the sausage, the corn, the shrimp, and he's got mojitos and beers and, mojitos because it's Florida, I guess. And we're out there and I'm talking with a buddy who is he is a hardcore Democrat and pretty liberal to very liberal. Leans from pretty different. Scale of 1 to 5, not so liberal. 5, very, very liberal. He's like a 4. And we're talking, and he was the one who actually made the comment. He's like, man, Florida right now is like a different country compared to the rest of the United States. Even Texas, it was way less strict here. And then he leans over and he's like, I really like Ron DeSantis a lot. Like, damn. You mean the racist, misogynist, xenophobic, Trump-loving, MAGA hat-wearing Ron DeSantis? I asked him that. He's like, yeah, the guy's good. He made the right decisions. I wonder how many Democrats are out there that think that way. I think, unfortunately, it's too few. But I do think that the rest of the United States is learning quickly. And by the way, as Ron gave his press conferences over the past 2 days, Democratic states all reopened as well, California included. Phone number is 239-479-5592. 239-479-5592. The Nazis had QR codes. QR codes are the mark of the devil. QR codes are still very easily to make fraudulently. That's actually a very clever one. I thought canceling culture canceled Dr. Seuss. Now they want us to be Starbelly Sneetches. Brilliant text, you've 225. And someone says they got a fake vaccine card from China. If you really did, I'd honestly love to hear from you. We won't identify you at all. I'm very curious to hear about that. It's illegal. By the way, Ian, we covered this pretty extensively. I remember you making a very specific comment about how it's only illegal if you put like masthead
if you're
or whatever.
portraying it as a government document by putting a seal or something.
But if you just put, like if you write in crayon, I got my vax today.
If you just put, this is an official vaccine card issued by somebody, and it's not a government agency or anything like that. Phone number is 239. Most people don't read. You just put a bunch of words on there, make them really long.
Yeah.
And then you just show it to them real quick.
But is there any uniformity? Like, I do start to wonder.
That's why the government will eventually take over and make a national or statewide registry, however it has to go down. I hope they do it state by state, because then we won't have one. But
But I ask this number one, curiosity, because and I'll tell you, when I get fired up, like I might not be yelling or screaming right now, but when I start hearing stuff like this national database and vaccines and you can't go in and you can't, I start to get very angry. And there's a devious side of me that wants to say, F you, that go a little rage against the machine. I won't do what you tell me. And I then am like, well, what am I going to do? And I ask this in part, here's another selfish reason. Like when I outside of radio, I travel for work, for the stuff I do outside of here. And I before COVID was in New York at least once a month. What's going to happen? I'm a white male and I'm from Florida. The immediate assumptions there are already there, I'm sure. And what if I want to go into a restaurant? I'm sorry you can't because you don't have a vaccine. And by the way, what about uniformity on that or the lack of it? lack thereof it. How is somebody in New York policing that? How does this even work?
It doesn't until the government does it. And then once the government does it, anything you do to circumvent it will then become a felony.
I'm going to have my 9-year-old, better yet, my twin 2-year-olds, I'm going to have them create a vaccine card for me.
I'll make you one. I'm good with graphics. Yeah. What you want it to say?
See, here comes the devious side out of all of us. And by the way, it was Katrina who very first dropped on air openly, and I had not expected this from her. Katrina, and for those of you who don't know, Katrina's never had any vaccine ever. And if you want to chime in, I remember the very first time. This is like COVID is still peaking. This is last year. Katrina, what are you going to do if we need vaccine cards?
Black market.
I was not expecting that when I first heard it. I wonder, is there a black market already for vaccine cards?
If there is, I'm going to find it.
That's what I'm saying. The only way that they can do this
Hold on
is
one
for the government
second.
to do it.
Our opinions and talks do not reflect that of the station or management of the station in any way, shape, or form. We are 3 individuals talking merely about potential things that might possibly maybe exist in society or the world at large.
All statements are made in jest.
We got to take a break. 239-479-5592. We'll be right back.
This news update is presented by Island Air, high-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairefl.com.
Wink Weather Authority.
For this evening, a few storms possible inland, but gradually they will start to fall apart. For your Wednesday, 74 in the morning and humid, patchy fog possible, 92 by the afternoon, and once again, a few inland storms are possible with our heat index and what it feels like in the upper 90s to near 100. Chance of storms with a weak front on Thursday. That's why for Friday and Saturday, slightly drier. Lows in the 60s, highs in the upper 80s to near 90, and then by next week, humidity back as we will see a daily chance of rain and storms. With Wink News, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
This is 92.5 Fox
Like
News.
the best superheroes, she's not one for the limelight. No, this superhero shines in shadow, playing the mild-mannered mom, playing down her daily miracles. You know her for the hero she is. And if this year's the year you thank her big, do it with a more thoughtful, more efficient, and organized home space with help from the master designers at Closet Factory. A space to create even better miracles and the perfect place to hang her cape at the end of the day. Find out how at closetfactory.com.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take me. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports. So I put the arch supports in and took about 3-4 steps. Turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Dave actually live the life they envision without their feet getting in the way.
Since then, I've been doing so many things with my children. I went hiking this last summer with my daughter, something that I never thought was possible because I couldn't walk. There's people out there that made a product that changed people's lives. I am not an actor. I am an individual father and wanted to share his testimony with other people out there about my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now you're hot under the collar, too.
I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 system saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
Looking to hire? Indeed will help you speed up the process. They have 135 skill sets to help you find the right candidates faster. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Introducing our King and Queen Cut prime rib specials, available Friday and Saturday nights at Seed to Table. The King Cut is over 22 ounces of tender Braveheart Angus prime rib with the bone in, served with mashed potatoes, green beans, horseradish, and au jus for $29.99. The Queen Cut is 14 ounces of boneless prime rib with the same delicious sides for $24.99. See you soon at Seed to Table.
Trey Radel is on 92.5 Fox News.
It's 5:44 here on 92.5 Fox News. Trey Radel, your host of The Drive. I do want to make clear, in response to a text here, that Governor DeSantis' executive orders that do suspend local governments from enforcing these pandemic-related things, mask mandates and more, does not apply to schools. Our kids are wearing masks at schools, and that's that, until the local districts, wherever you may be listening to us in Florida, decide to lift those.
Ever decide to?
So to bring that, though, to the federal government as well, they have now extended the mask mandates for any form of public transportation. So when you're in planes, gosh, I'm flying this summer too. And I've got kids, and my son's fine with it. But, you know, I have young girls, and I'm very curious to see whether or not I hope they don't tell them to mask up. My girls have never worn masks, and they're 2, and they shouldn't. But you've seen people who have been booted off of flights because they have toddlers that are not wearing masks.
And some flights are, 8, 9, 10 hours, 12 hours? I mean, they can be very long, some of these flights. And I don't know how you can wear a mask that long and sit there for 10 or 12 hours.
There actually are health
I'm short
issues.
of breath
Yeah.
just in 20 minutes or so wearing it. I was a firefighter for years, and my lungs don't work the best. And I notice when I'm wearing that mask, I don't perform as well. Just walking to my car, I'm puffing more. And sometimes I wear it and I don't realize I'm wearing it when I don't need to, and I immediately take it off because I realize that it's restricting my airflow.
And these people who are out there exercising with them on, running.
I don't know how they do it. Their cardio system's much better than mine.
Yeah, but there's dangers attributed to that, though.
I think
especially
there
exercise.
is.
There are. I've read about
that has
them.
to increase your carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, reprocessing.
Yep.
It's going back in again. I mean, it's got to. I just don't. I don't know. I don't get it. Whatever.
Oh my God, that's
I still don't understand wearing it when you're in your car by yourself.
Whoever's texting from 825, that's a heck of a memory you got there. Hashtag I used to do when I was in Congress. Whenever I'd be flying, which I had to do a lot, I would take pictures of the things. So you don't have in-flight magazines anymore because you can't touch anything. But do you remember if you get in a plane, and I'm having a brain fart on what the magazine was, but you could buy the most random crap out of this magazine. And it was always on flights. Most of the major airlines carried this magazine where you just buy totally useless crap. And I would just go through and I'd take pictures of them. And they were hilarious. And anyway, Mr. and Mrs. 825, that's your first 3 digits. I randomly just text that hashtag to me that I used to use, Trey on plane. And like one example was you could buy a like piece of AstroTurf that was neatly decorated, and it was like 5 by 5, put it in your home, and it had a fake fire hydrant on it so your dog could pee or poo in the house. That was the type of stuff you'd buy in this magazine. And there were
Those were right next to the self-cleaning litter boxes.
Other crazy things. Sky Mall. Thanks, Dad.
And about 9 texters.
Oh, they are, yeah. Oh, boy. And then there was Skyway Mag, I think, from American Airlines. I should go find some of those. Some were hilarious. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I've got so much good stuff to choose from. I think we're going to do this hip-hop song about scamming the federal government. The fallout from it is totally insane. Phone number is 239-479-5592. I'm Trey Radel. Be right back.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Billionaire Bill Gates and wife Melinda announced yesterday they're getting a divorce after 27 years of marriage. And while that news surprised many, what may also surprise some is they reportedly have no prenup. TMZ says court documents show no such financial agreement. More than 4.5 million Americans left the workforce during the pandemic, but a Bank of America analyst note predicts more than half of those workers won't rejoin the labor force until the end of the year. B of A says one reason is fear of catching COVID-19. Former President Trump will find out tomorrow if Facebook has decided to unblock him. The social media giant blocked him the day after the Capitol riots. And a mixed ending on Wall Street, the Dow rose 238 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Only T-Mobile for Business uses unconventional thinking to help businesses realize new possibilities, like our WFX solutions, enabled by our nationwide 5G network that help teams stay connected and productive where work happens. We also provide an award-winning customer experience and first-class benefits with every plan. Get unmatched network support and value without any trade-offs at T-Mobile.com/unconventional. Capable device required. Coverage not available in some areas. Some uses may require certain plan or features. See T-Mobile.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes. So if you're having AC issues, get a new Carrier system and save up to $2,000 in rebates, plus 6 months no payments. And Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Trey Radel is on 92.5 Fox News.
5:52 here on 92.5 Fox News. Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Let's do it. Take a listen to this song here. This is a real hip-hop artist, a rapper. His name, I mean, when having hip-hop names has been awesome. Nuke Bizzle. Nuke, based out of the great city of Los Angeles, decided to write... I wish I could do a Casey Kasem impression. Anybody remember him? Top 40. I mean, he talk about yucking it up.
It's a little story from Southern California.
A little story out of Southern California of a young man named Nuke Bizzle. Nuke was a little short on cash, so Nuke decided that he would get a little bit of money on the side by scamming the federal government. Nuke Bizzle is a rapper who boasted time and time again on his music videos that he was getting rich, clocking ducats, making some bank for shizzle. And he did it by committing unemployment benefits fraud. He's since pleaded not guilty, but he has some problems. He made a song about it. He made a music video about it. And Nuke Bizzle shot actual video footage of the multiple checks that were coming into him with his name on it via the state of California from the federal government. Here's just a little bit of a taste, a little Nuke Bizzle here for your ears. Nuke, take it away.
August 29, 2020.
You hear that?
Shut up. This account is 21.
Shit's like this straight quick, motherfucker.
$52.
You know, 2020, the unbelievable. ED. Shut up. I just been swiping for EDD. Go to the bank, get a stack at least. This shit here better than selling peas. I made some rap that I couldn't believe. 10 card, that 200 bond. I got a shot at the Donald Trump. I just might swipe it alone, so
I better turn it down before they start using bad words. That was Nuke Bizzle on his latest hit, EDD. EDD is the Employment Development Department out of California, and he was found with 8 EDD debit cards in his possession when he was arrested, 7 of which were the names of other people, and he has since been charged. Now, part of this is funny. Like, yes, we're absolutely making fun of him for being such a complete idiot. I mean, what did you think was going to happen when you made a song about robbing the taxpayers in your own state and you listening right now, me, Katrina, Ian, everybody, anybody that's listening, he stole your money. I haven't gotten to the amount yet. I will. And shot video of him doing it. By the way, he had every rap song these days typically has, your featured lineup too, some other guest artists on there as well.
I commend him for assisting law enforcement in the prosecution.
Yeah, good work. Like, I don't know how it gets any easier for the prosecution on that. Your Honor, I submit this. Jury, take a look. By the way, that's the rhythm of every hip-hop song today. Jobless benefits from the CARES Act. How much money did he get? So the opening of that, did you hear what that was? Listen close. Let me see these buttons over here. Listen to the recording.
August 29, 2020. The available balance on this account is 21.
All right. That is him calling his own bank, and he's just clicking record on the computer that's automated that's telling him his current balance. And you hear it's like 21,000 and change. And that's when he kicks the tune. That's where he pops off right there. 22K almost. Anyway, so Nuke Bizzle there with his hit EDD, ripping off the taxpayers, getting rich off of EDD fraud. His balance then was a measly 22K, just under. How much is he being prosecuted for? How much money did he get? When we come back, I'll tell you. how much money? But then the question becomes, if you just got one nuke bizzle in Los Angeles, how many nuke bizzles are there around the United States doing this? Phone number is 239-479-5592. Yes, Joe, you are correct. It is Donald Trump's fault. And the reality, though, is the actual next text. It's California. They'll screw it up. And remember, the money is handed off to the states and they distribute it. And that's exactly what happened. So I don't know if anybody's written any hip-hop tunes about Ron DeSantis giving them a little money. I don't know why he didn't thank Gavin Newsom. Gavin should have gotten a shot out, kept us locked down, feeding us money, and I get to rip off EDD and write a song about it. Serious question, though. How many nuke bizzles? I love just saying that name. Are there around the U.S. that did this and didn't write a rap song about it? Phone number is 239-479-5592. We'll be right back. This is The Drive.
Wink Weather Authority.
For this evening, a few storms possible inland, but gradually they will start to fall apart. For your Wednesday, 74 in the morning and humid, patchy fog possible, 92 by the afternoon, and once again, a few inland storms are possible with our heat index and what it feels like in the upper 90s to near 100. Chance of storms with a weak front on Thursday. That's why for Friday and Saturday, slightly drier. Lows in the 60s, highs in the upper 80s to near 90. And then by next week, humidity back as we will see a daily chance of rain and storms. With Wink News, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Do you consider yourself the best of the best in HVAC? Conditioned Air is looking for A players to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Don't wait. Go online to conditionedair.com and apply right now. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radio, your host of The Drive here. Stop waking up and not being able to see the alarm clock. Stop messing around with contacts and glasses. Go see Dr. Jonathan France and his team today. They are experts at designing the right solution for you with the latest technology. I had my LASIK procedure done with them. It changed my life. So whether it's LASIK or the SMILE procedure, which is like LASIK but with a smaller incision, virtually no dry eye syndrome at all, maybe even Visian ICL, it's a replaceable lens and a reversible procedure, which gives you the peace of mind that you're looking for. France Eye Care offers it all. Right now, through the end of Memorial Day week, France Eye Care is offering all veterans, active and retired, $1,000 off the laser vision correction procedure right for your eyes. Don't compromise. Give France Eye Care a call today. Dial star 2020 on your mobile phone.
France Eye Care.
Did you know that King Roofing has expert dedicated repair crews to troubleshoot roof problems? They can fix everything from tree damage to broken tiles and, of course, roof leaks. Do you have a leak or water stains or tile damage? Call King Roofing, a roofing company with the right team to repair it. King Roofing, experienced in roof repair for over 40 years.
License number CCC 057279.
Every castle deserves a king.
Do you support school choice for families in Southwest Florida? Naples Classical Academy, a Hillsdale College public charter school, opens this fall. NCA is holding a Denim and Diamonds Gala fundraiser on Saturday, May 15th. Guest speaker will be Congressman Madison Cawthorn with a personal message of courage and perseverance. Everyone is invited to support the Academy and have a great time. Enjoy line dancing, the silent auction, a famous Herb's barbecue dinner, and more. Get tickets and info at naplesclassical.org/gala.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, we do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News. This is The Drive with Trey Ray.
You know how badly I want to talk about that on the air right now.
I know.
Day drinking. Did you hear that in the spot? What is a benefit of being 60, 65 plus? Day drinking? Look, I'll get to that in a second. You can call in if you want on that. 239-479-5592. I want to answer the question about Nuke Bizzle. Nuke Bizzle, the young man out of Los Angeles who came up with a hit EDD. This is a man who robbed you of your money. He made a song and a music video that incriminates himself for stealing taxpayer dollars. And EDD is a reference to the way that California distributes that money. It's the Employment Development Department, which, by the way, they're not really developing any employment at all. They're distributing unemployment checks, and they're doing so like it's late night at the club. They're just throwing money out. And Nuke Bizzle is an example of that. We already played a little cut from Nuke Bizzle's perhaps last. I don't think it'll be his last. I'm sure once he gets out of prison, he'll be coming out with more music. Maybe he'll be more popular than ever. So Nuke Bizzle.
Do you think this was a stunt? I mean, do you think he did this thinking, I'll take the 6 months. It'll get my name out there. I can be a big rapper again. Do you think? I don't know.
Maybe there's a conversation about it.
Because people do stuff like this to get the name out there. Look, we're talking about him.
Absolutely. And he's all over the news. I'm reading articles from every single.
It worked. Some would say 6 months in the county's not that hard of a deal.
I don't know if he has a prior.
Would,
but he, they found at least 92 EDD debit cards. And by the way, the number and what he's going to be charged with is $1.2 million.
He's going to need a record deal to pay that back.
Oh, that's a lot of money. The new artists don't get. I mean, again, you're right. Maybe this is part of the calculation. If I get away with it, I get away with it.
I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but this
no, it doesn't.
This
it doesn't
stuff
at all.
happens. I mean,
look, there are certain things that make people, in any field, whether you're talking about a sports figure, a politician, a CEO, a rapper, an actor, things that make people very famous. And when it does, famous or infamous. And when it does, they can use that. And in the world of hip hop, in particular, having street cred is something that helps. I mean, how many times is Jay-Z referred to? Jay-Z, who's a billionaire with a B, referred to as, well, he once was a drug dealer. By the way, if you really read about his history, he wasn't like a big time, he was a minor street dealer, and I don't know what he even dealt for some weed or whatever, but it begins to get glorified and you're made into something that's just enormous because of this. 50 Cent was shot a few times, and that becomes part of it. Tupac was also shot the last time. Apparently it worked. Unless you believe that he's in South America still making hip-hop albums. It's Machiavelli. But, these types of things build you up. I don't know. Maybe a Nuke Bizzle will get one of these hip-hop deals when he gets out of prison. Good luck with that. Because he's going to be living a life that is going to, he may serve time, probably going to serve time given the extent and how thought out it was, but also the amount of it. And, then he's going to have probation and, oh man, just Nuke probably has a whole lot of stuff that he didn't really think out. Nuke Bizzle. So the total amount of money stolen that the government gave out, what they call mistakenly or lost, actually is the technical term used at the federal government level, excuse me, in 2020 alone, what do you think the number is that the government officially claims was lost in payments made through these massive bills that were passed both under the Trump administration and now during the Biden administration of COVID relief? What do you think the number is? So Nuke Bizzle for shizzle comes out with 1.2 mizzle. I keep going like this. And the number is $67 billion. Lost, gone, evaporated. Nowhere to be found.
I love how they use the word lost. That's just an easy way of not blaming it on anybody.
Think about that kind of a number for a second. I mean, $1 billion is an astronomically high figure. $67 billion that the government just writes off. Yeah, sorry, we lost your money. Sorry, I lost $67 billion. This isn't like, oh man, I'm sorry. You gave me a 10 and I don't know, it flew out the window. My dog ate it. $67 billion in 2020 alone. Now what do you think it's going to be under the Biden administration, which is giving money out faster than we can even calculate, until inflation starts creeping up and we all start looking at it. It's an astronomically high number, and it's gut-wrenching, and it's terrible. In the same vein of all of this, there's somebody else who is talking about giving out even more money. This time, though, not money to you, money that is going to other countries, specifically Central America. Take a listen here to our border czar, who's never visited the border, our Vice President, Kamala Harris, and why she believes that there is this massive surge at the border. Kamala Harris, let's take a listen.
Our administration wants to help. We want to pick back up the kind of work President Joe Biden started when he was vice president. We want to help people find hope at home. And so we are focused on both the acute factors and the root causes of migration. And I believe this is an important distinction. We must focus on both. First, the acute factors, the catastrophes that are causing people to leave right now, the hurricanes, the pandemic, the drought, and extreme food insecurity. And then there are the long-standing issues, the root causes. And I'm thinking of corruption, violence, and poverty, the lack of economic opportunity, lack of climate adaptation and climate resilience, the lack of good governance.
That was Kamala Harris on why things are so screwed up in Central America. And first of all, I want to bring up that she says hurricanes are a major part of the problem. If hurricanes are a major part of the problem, why are we living here? If hurricanes hit here, what's the problem? And the reality is it's not the hurricanes. It's everything that she said in the second half. And moving backwards from her conclusion of it was lack of good governance, violence, poverty, corruption. Corruption is key. And what's so insane is this. Right now, in fact, it's for me, it's not shocking, but I was a little taken aback at Kamala Harris saying this today, and she was just 2 days ago that she was with the president, I think, of Honduras, and was just getting up in his face saying, you run a terrible country. You're not doing a good job. You have corruption at all levels, and it's a major problem. And it's true. But the crazy part is that they're blaming the climate. Okay, if you have good governance, if you have your infrastructure, if you have things put together, hurricanes and the climate are not really a major issue. They're nothing like the left is portraying it. Now, think about these things here. You've got Kamala Harris openly saying that your country is, well, to use Donald Trump's term, it's a real shoot hole. A real shoot hole. What a shoot hole you live in. You live in such a shoot hole because you do such a shooty job of governing your shoot hole country. Shoot. Golly. Anybody get that?
Had to get it in there, didn't you?
What a shoot hole. And in fact, it's such a shoot hole full of shooty people that are doing a shoot job of running your place. It's all corrupt. Now, do you know what she's saying? We need to give them more money. Even though we already give Central America, we're handing out aid left and right. Here's more money. Here's more money.
Doesn't money fix everything?
Money fixes everything. Just look at the Department of Education. We've increased the budget every single year, and it's all better now. VA, all better now. We just need more money. That's all we need. We need more hospitals with congressmen's names on it. Then that'll fix everything, right? Just throw more money at it. That's the problem. No forethought, no deviating from what's been done for 5 decades. Just throw more money at it. Absolutely mind-blowing how dumb, how absolutely stupid and myopic and all of those things. So in the same time, in the same breath, it's let's give them more money. And do you know that we are giving all of this money to these countries and saying, well, let me just try to really illustrate everything in how backwards it is. Let me try it this way. Your country is a corrupt shoot hole. Here's money that you'll fix it with, even though you're very corrupt. We're going to give you aid because you're having so many problems due to the corruption in your country. Here's more money to the corrupt people. That will certainly fix it this time. This has gone on for decades, by the way. And simultaneously, what we're saying in the United States is, hey, fellow Americans, we're giving all of these people in Central America a lot of money because we want them to build their countries and build an infrastructure and have a healthy economy and robust economy and one that they can trust their vendors and sellers and government that oversees all of the infrastructure. We're giving them billions of dollars. While we are giving these countries billions of dollars, we are saying, if you show up here to our border, to a legal port of entry, and claim asylum, you've got it. Why? Because your country's so terrible. Your country is so awful, so God-forsaken, and so corrupt, you know, the ones that we're giving billions of dollars to, that if you just get here, we'll give you asylum. Does this make sense to anyone at all? If you sit down and were to write this out and say, I want to tell you a story about what's happening here, it sounds like somebody who's insanely wealthy, not watching their money go out the door at all, who it's going to, why it's going there, and not giving a damn. And that's unfortunately the way that a lot of our foreign policy, when it comes to aid, has been run. We are openly recognizing, this country is corrupt as hell, run by corrupt people. Now let's give those corrupt people boatloads of money, billions of dollars. Simultaneously, while we're giving them billions of dollars to fix their country, we are saying that this billions of dollars theoretically should be fixing your country. Things are getting better, right? Well, if you just get here to the United States, we'll give you asylum because things are so bad. This has been going on for decades. And it is a pretty sad reflection into where we're at in the United States and the way that our money is just being tossed out the window. Phone number is 239-479-5592. When we come back, Donald Trump has launched a new, it's not really social media platform. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm very disappointed in it. Just took a look. But I don't know.
It's probably a soft rollout of something bigger.
I'm hoping so. But we'll take a look. We'll fill you in on what's going on. Donald Trump just busting this out. We'll have the answer for you in a little description of what it is. Phone number is 239-479-5592. I'm Trey Radel. This is The Drive.
This is 92.5 Fox
The real estate
News.
market is really hot right now, but for how long? I'm Anthony Gomes from GomesMovesHomes.com. You've heard Drew Steele talk about me on his show. If you're thinking about selling your home for a premium price, now is the time. You can sell over market value without doing repairs, letting strangers in your home, and you pick the closing date. Learn how for free. No pressure, no obligation. Go to GomesMovesHomes.com. GomesMovesHomes.com.
Celebrate mom with diamond stud earrings from Jason and Todd at the Diamond District. Half carat total diamond weights $395. 1 carat total diamond weights just $985. And beautiful 2 carat total diamond weight stud earrings only $39.85 at the Diamond District.
The new administration has big plans for health care. Changes are coming that could limit your choices and make your health insurance premiums even higher. Tim Cooper at Health Plan Network recently saved a family of 4 here in the Fort Myers area $600 per month. Act now. Protect yourself and your family with a superior health plan that cannot be canceled. This is a nationwide PPO plan which allows you to pick your doctors and hospitals. Start saving 30 to 60% now. If you are on Obamacare, not insured, or on COBRA, you can look into a private health plan managed by you, not the government. Call Tim Cooper, an expert with 24 years experience at 239-368-6712. That's 239-368-6712. Online at healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net.
Trust 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to help keep your AC running strong. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
It's Mel's Diner for Mother's Day.
We're bringing back good times and great food. Mel's Diner.
This Sunday, Mel celebrates Mom with fabulous Mother's Day specials. How about an eye-opening classic lobster Benedict together with Mel's breakfast potatoes and fresh fruit, $15.99. Pair it with a $5.59 mimosa, and it's a Mother's Day breakfast to remember. Mother's Day lunch and dinner features a spectacular filet mignon, prepared to order together with a succulent lobster tail, served with baked potato and soup or salad, $19.99. Or how about blackened shrimp Alfredo, served with Caesar salad, just $14.99. Every mom gets a special gift, a $5 dining certificate to be used on her next visit. Reservations for 6 or more gladly take it. Mel's does the home cooking and clean up Mother's Day and every day. Happy Mother's Day from Mel's Diner.
Glenn Beck at 9 a.m. and Sean Hannity at 3. This is Trey Radel on 92.5 Fox News.
621 here on 92.5 Fox News. Trey Radel, your host of The Drive. So Donald Trump has ended up launching it's a blog, I guess is how you'd put it. So the comments that are coming in, I'll describe in a second, are like, yeah, it needs some work. Joe says, I expected something more like Parler, maybe Twitter or Facebook, and it's the Drudge Report. It's a blog. It's just something that a blog, I haven't even used the word blog in like 5 years. But it's just him typing. He's not doing it, and you could tell he's not writing this, by the way. You could totally tell when he's doing it. Like you could tell on Twitter. Although, one of the more fascinating interviews I read further into Donald Trump's presidency was how he had two other people that would tweet for him, and they began to learn and embrace his language. The way that he would tweet, the way he capitalized random words occasionally to give them extra stress, and down to the punctuation or lack thereof. So what this is the weirdest thing is, like, you would think you just type in, I think the best brand would just be Trump.tv, and maybe that's to come. What happens when you type that in? Anyway, let me see here on live. Trump.tv, what comes up? Oh, a message from Donald Trump. Oh, condemning the political violence. I'm assuming this site is not affiliated with the Trump organization or Donald J. Trump. Why? They're probably asking for $1 billion.
Oh, yeah. Somebody else.
Wow, they didn't buy that. He bought a bunch of Trump stuff. Anyway, but whatever. You could find any form of a name, but you got to go to donaldjtrump.com/desk, or you go to donaldtrump.com and click on desk. And it's just statements that come in semi-real time from the president. And let's see, I guess nobody had seen yet. He's got some statements that go from April 27th, but he just launched this today. And, it's some comments on Georgia. Here's one of the latest is, so nice to see Rhino Mitt Romney booed off the stage at the Utah Republican State Convention. They're among the earliest to have figured this guy out, a stone cold loser. Now that is Trump-esque. So you can't comment, you can't write anything, you can't do anything on it. It's just you just read what he says. But what some Ian pointed out that's brilliant is every little thing that he posts, you can immediately to the right click on Facebook or Twitter and post that.
That way you can immediately be suppressed over there on their algorithms.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to lose followers and not have anyone see your stuff, go share this. No, I don't know if it'll be that blatant. We'll see. But Ian is shaking his head. Hell yes, it will. But
they have very aggressive algorithms now. I mean, you can test it, but there's just it's crazy how things come up.
Look, I hope he does something. I mean, Trump should be able to pull together investors who know that there would absolutely be a very loyal following of interaction and sharing and posting among any kind of a website that Donald Trump put together.
Maybe they figure...
Sorry, let me finish that. Like, what I'm talking about is, I don't know if it'd be immediately profitable, but it'd be pretty damn close. It cost millions of dollars to build something like a Twitter, like a Parler, like a Facebook. Facebook in particular is extravagant, like all of the things you could do. Lots of money, lots of manpower to do all that. But I would imagine that Trump could pull investors together to do something like that. Maybe he still has something.
I think he could do it. But the thing is, to put something that huge together like that is going to end up attracting so many negative influences because I mean, for everybody, one person on the right that's into Facebook, there's 3 on the left. So, I mean, you got to look at, there's a lot more people on the left that are into social media, that are into programming, that are into hacking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're starting to weigh out whether it would be worth it to put something out there that everybody could join and everybody could contribute to. It would just be mercilessly attacked from day one. From every angle.
Now, that said, let me fill you in on the realities of what this is about. It's the Donald J. Trump website. And there is no question, I think, that Donald Trump is still considering another run for president in a few years. And what this does is I believe it's run through his PAC, and he's still raising money. This is paid for by the Save America Oh, it's a joint fund, a JFC. So that's a joint fundraising committee. Here's what that means. Sorry, is what it does. God, I'm a nerd. I am such a nerd. Is it allows you to raise money for multiple organizations at the same time. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's raising money for Save America and Make America Great Again PAC for both of them. And as soon as you go to the website, you could buy swag. You buy Donald Trump mugs, hats, T-shirts, and more. And all of that goes into a fund that can be utilized by Donald Trump and these political entities for multiple things, doing stuff like this, and eventually, should he use it to run for office, but also to give money to other candidates. He can support candidates around the United States with the money that he fundraises. So, for example, to go back to like Mitt Romney or Liz Cheney, a thorn in the side as well, who he has some comments about in there. When they have a primary, he could contribute, and he probably will contribute to whoever is running against Mitt Romney or Liz Cheney. They'll say, hey, I'll cut you a check right out of my PAC. Or my PAC will come in and do commercials for you to support you and to smash Liz Cheney or Mitt Romney. So a lot of this is about raising money, but also keeping Donald Trump's profile prominent. And this is a very quick way for him to basically tweet and then have other people post it on Twitter and Facebook, to tweet or put Facebook posts, because he just does it. And then all these other people, again, if you go to the Donald J. Trump website, you got to go to the desk, click desk, can share it right there. So it's interesting. I mean, while I had hoped for more, I wanted some form of a real social media platform of interaction and sharing and whatnot. In just looking at this, and my immediate reaction is it's a very smart political move. It's shrewd, but great. Shrewd people win in politics. Phone number is 239-479-5592. 239-479-5592. When we come back, we're going to talk some state news. I want to update you on what Governor Ron DeSantis has announced in like the last 48 hours here in the state of Florida. Some big news, as well as today, a name that I can't believe this guy's still around. Charlie Crist. Have you heard? He's running for what? I'll tell you when we get out of this break. Phone number is 239-479-5592. I'm Trey Radel. This is The Drive. We'll be right back.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. So my wife and I go searching for something that sounds so simple, but is seriously critical in your home, especially when you have kids. Carpet. Now, we knew that we needed something that would stand up to wear and tear and sweat and dirt. That's because we have a boy. And I'll also say it, pee and poop. Why? We have twin toddlers. So we went with the best, Brits Carpet. You can find them at britscarpet.com, and they have it all. Not only carpet, but more than 300 styles and colors of luxury vinyl plank. Now, this stuff is incredible. It's waterproof, kid-proof, and pet-proof. It stands up strong, and it just looks great. It comes with a 20-year warranty as well. Brits Carpet. They've got 2 locations, Cape Coral on Pine Island Road, next to Mel's, and in Fort Myers, just south of Bell Tower. Go to britscarpet.com and call them today. Again, britscarpet.com, and tell them that Trey sent you. They'll take care of you.
Hi, I'm Dave Harmer, founder of First Class Air Conditioning, serving Southwest Florida since 1977. We're in unique times that are requiring all of us to change the way we go about our daily lives. By practicing safe distance measures, we will protect both you, our customers, and our employees. First Class Air Conditioning is open and here to serve you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
It's really a good feeling to know that when it comes to your house and all the water that is in every faucet, every place in your home, that you don't have to worry about the water smelling like chlorine or messing up your shower glass, your faucets, right, with that hard water staining, the drying out of your skin and your hair. Just imagine what that would be like. You don't have to imagine it. You can just do it. You call the Uniform Pentair water specialist. They can find out what's going on with your water and handle your city or well water issues. Yours, right here in Southwest Florida. With their mobile showroom, you can see for yourself that Pentair has both high-performance salt systems and salt-free solutions, too. And salt-free means no lugging in bags of salt for you, and that they can install that Pentair water system for you as well. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet and the peace of mind that only a Pentair water system can give you. So call now and get your free digital Pentair water test. Save 15% on your whole home water system by calling 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799, or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. From rent increases to increased orders to, I'm going to say it, unprecedented times. But don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward with fast, reliable internet on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses and gives you the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next, and bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with this amazing offer. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution from Comcast Business, starting at just $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required. Call for details.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
Trey Radel is on 92.5 Fox News.
6:36 here on 92.5 Fox News. Trey Radel, your host of The Drive. Governor Ron DeSantis has made some moves in the last basically 48 hours here, saying that local COVID-19 orders will be suspended and does so by executive order. So in doing so, it allows the state to override local emergency orders like many of those that were passed as the pandemic began last year. This all kicks in on July 1. And Governor DeSantis says that this ensures that neither state nor local governments can close businesses or keep kids out of in-person instruction, meaning school, unless they satisfy demanding continuous justification. He said, while COVID is not over, the need for emergency rules is. The executive order also ends mask mandates. Private businesses, though, can still require masks if they choose to. So whether you're talking about your local store, a drugstore, or wherever you're headed, restaurants, which still doesn't make sense to me at all. Wear this mask while you walk a few feet over this way and sit down and take it off. And then put it back on if you're going to go walk back that same way. But also Disney or other major theme parks, they're enforcing masks, so you have to wear them. Can you imagine wearing a mask in 95-degree weather, 100% humidity with no rain, sun is shining, waiting in line?
And keeping it on your 3 kids, too.
Oh, awful.
You can remove it for 12 seconds to take a photograph.
That is allowed.
Yes, it is.
No selfie sticks, though. Those are dangerous.
No selfie sticks.
And the way that DeSantis has phrased this when he's being asked this, like, what do you want people to die, Governor Death Santis? That's what they're calling him, by the way. Hashtag Death Santis. The left in their hashtags. Excuse me, Governor Death Santis, what are you doing? And Governor DeSantis' real answer is like, look, if you think that you need to be policed because of this, then you don't believe the vaccines work, you do not believe in data, and you do not believe in science. And I think that's a hell of an answer coming from Ron DeSantis, because it kind of flips everything back on to the people in this country. I don't care, liberal, conservative, or whatever, who are all like, you need to get vaxxed, we're all getting vaxxed, shoot it into your veins, go, go, go. Take a selfie while you're doing it. Keep your mask on while you're doing it. And then it's like, wait, we're all vaxxed, but we still want these rules. We still want to be policed. Give me that government in my life. Please tell me how to live, when to work, when I can go to school, and what to do. Please, please tell me. The irony of that, by the way, is that they're asking Ron to do that. Once again, big picture here that I just don't understand about liberals today is, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Liberal. Do you hate government? Yeah, they suck. Do you like government? Do you like Congress? No, Congress is terrible. I hate them. Congress. Do you want government-run healthcare? Yes. Do you want them to raise taxes? Yes, just not mine. Everybody else's, because they're going to do such a great job with it. Do you want them to run education? Yes, absolutely. And yet, it's at times Republicans who do this, or the same Congress that they hate that does it. So to go back to DeSantis doing this, I want you to keep in mind that this does not apply to schools. So our kids are going to be wearing masks in schools. That's that. We'll see what the school districts do, given that they have not been super spreaders, as we were told over and 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 over again. In fact, comment coming in on social media from whatever this means, Tanchi Reese sister. I don't know. When I read, anyway, it says, India ended the lockdowns and guidelines in January. 3 months later, the country is collapsing. And people aren't blaming themselves for not being careful. They blame the government. Who will you blame, Trey Radel, if we get a third wave? A third wave? A third wave?
I thought we were on like the 13th wave at this point.
Yeah, but reality check, we never really had a massive wave here in the state of Florida.
Yeah, it's just been a bunch of bumps.
Yeah.
Like every time,
And all we've been hearing is that first wave, second wave, third wave, don't reopen. It's all going to go to hell in a handbasket. Death Santis is going to do you all in. And then it switched from that, by the way, of, well, okay, if you're open now, so we can't complain about that. Super spreader events, UFC fights, the Super Bowl, sporting events. What are you doing, Florida? You're all crazy. I can't believe that Death Santis allows this. And then it wasn't that. Then it was the variant. The variant. Where's the variant coming from? It's coming from Britain. State with the most numbers of variants, Florida. Why? I don't know. We got the variants of everything. Just go look at the invasive species in the Everglades. Whether you're talking about snakes to types of Brazilian pepper plants. They're not plants, they're trees, Trey. Get it together, bro. So I don't get it. We're just going to keep being told we're all going to die over and over and over. But that's what the Democrats want. You realize that there's no giant conspiracy here. All it is a matter of ignoring science while claiming that you're paying attention to science and scaring the absolute stuff out of people. And they do this because they need to justify their policies and their legislation. Democrats specifically know that masks are really just, at this point, dumb. Sorry for the layman, weak 15-year-old political assessment here. But Democrats, including Joe Biden, know what he's doing and they are doing is called virtue signaling. Biden openly admitted it the other day in a press conference. Sir, you just said we don't need masks outside. Why are you wearing a mask outside, Mr. President? And paraphrasing him, he said, I want other people to see me doing it. What the mask represents is what so many in the government have been doing, and that's moving you emotionally. And the easiest way to move someone emotionally is with visuals. And when I say emotionally, I'm not talking about happy or angry. I'm talking about fear. And when you walk around and you see everybody masked up, it's scary. I mean, do you remember? Think back. Think back to the first time you threw on a mask to go to Publix or Winn-Dixie, wherever you go. And I remember that. It was really weird. And at that point, nothing was mandated, or it kind of was, but kind of wasn't. And I remember putting on a mask and thinking, this is pretty intimidating. This is weird and strange, and therefore it can be a little intimidating. And by the way, I feel like a weirdo wearing this. But it becomes the new normal. But with that normal, the other normal aspect of it is that we all kind of live in like, oh God, I'm in fear. I get you listening right now, more than likely, you're like me, like, I'm over this. But you got to realize the rest of the country is basically a different country from us in the peninsula here of Florida. And so in looking at that, the Democrats and the Democrat-controlled media still hate on DeSantis, and they continue to say that we're going to have some sort of wave, super spreader event, this or that, variants, whatever it may be. And it's done because they know that they can't move you with stats anymore. If they relied on statistics, they would look at Florida as the shining beacon on a hill that everybody should be imitating. But they can't do that. They can't do that because they know that Governor Ron DeSantis is a rock star among Republicans, even some Democrats, and has done the right moves, made the right moves from the beginning. And they've got too much pride and too much of an ego at the New York Times, CNN, and MSNBC to revamp what they've done, revisit what they've done with any substantial sort of report, or they're just still there to spread disinformation. And there's no question that's what they're doing. So you look at the way that they've done this and continue to do it, and a lot of it is to discredit Ron, but in the bigger picture, it's to just pass bills. Why do we need to spend $4 trillion on infrastructure that has nothing to do with infrastructure? Why are we doing $2 trillion on COVID relief that has nothing to do with COVID or relief? And the one before that, and the one before that. This spending, our eyes are glazed over. And I don't even want to talk about debt and deficits anymore. I, for years, have been the nerd hammering away on them, but realizing nobody cares, not even Republicans. Look at the way they governed. I need to calm myself down here a little bit. And so you look at the way that they're doing this. And Ian, remember the soundbite that we played of the CDC director? In fact, we just did it, I think, when we were in Naples, crying. She said, I'm going to go off script here. And then she continues to read from a script and fake chokes up. And the reason that she's doing that is, again, emotion. The CDC director should be someone who shows no emotion at all in press conferences. Centers for Disease Control, for God's sakes. That's the person that you want to be cool, calm, and collective to stay on script and just give you the facts, the numbers, the stats. And they know they can't do that anymore. And so what do? They rely on emotion to scare the hell out of you so they can continue doing what they're doing. Ron DeSantis issues these executive orders in the last 2 days. And in fact, something that's pretty funny is he went to Pinellas County to go make these announcements of what he was doing and saying, Florida, we're going to continue to go on. Vaccines are working. We're great. We got the rollout, and we're still doing fantastic. And he did so in Pinellas County. Why? Because somebody else announced that they're running for governor to take on Ron DeSantis in Pinellas County. And that was this man.
Today, Florida has a governor that's only focused on his future, not yours. While COVID took the lives of 35,000 Floridians, DeSantis attacked doctors and scientists. He blocked health insurance for 800,000 Floridians, refusing to expand Medicaid, denied unemployment benefits to women who were pregnant, and handed out vaccines to his wealthy contributors while seniors were left waiting.
Governor Ron DeSantis received criticism over opening this COVID-19 vaccination site in the wealthy area of Lakewood Ranch.
DeSantis is stripping away your voting rights. He's against a $15 minimum wage. He doesn't believe in background checks for guns, doesn't believe in a woman's right to choose, doesn't listen, doesn't care, and unless you can write him a campaign check, you don't exist.
So, by the way, all of those last things that Charlie Crist just spouted out there, he was for at one time, all of them.
This ad, sponsored by Fantasyland.
Totally. That it was Charlie Crist, and that man is running for governor again. Again.
On the attack, right out of the gate.
Yeah. Not even talking about what he's going to do, because he can. I mean, what does... Okay, so Charlie Crist, I can't even believe, but I somehow can, that man is still alive and kicking and doing his thing. If you don't know, he's actually been representing a part of Pinellas County in the United States Congress. He's a member of the Congress. He's a Democrat. He ran as a Democrat and won. I mean, this is where he grew up and where he's got a big presence for many, many years. So Charlie Crist is running, and all those things, too, about gun background checks, woman's right to choose. I mean, Charlie Crist was against gay marriage. I mean, this man is flip-flop on literally every single issue. I don't know an issue that he's been consistent on. I'll tell you what, I'd love to know that. That is actually an awesome, trivia type question that I don't know if there's anybody listening right now or someone maybe at a local media organization that could say, tell me one thing that Charlie Crist has been consistent on in the last, say, 15 years, even 10 years. What is one thing that he did not change his position on? I mean, abortion, guns, marriage, taxes, the economy, government intervention. Is there anything? So Governor Charlie Crist comes out and is swinging at Governor DeSantis and trying to get, by the way, the whole deal with he only went to the wealthiest zip codes, this and that, all that was discredited. Even the Washington Post did an article saying, yeah, not so much. So it just, I don't know what Charlie's thinking. But he does it. Charlie Crist loves running. He loves politics. You know, the old saying about politics or Washington, D.C. in general is Washington, D.C. is Hollywood for ugly people. There's some truth to that.
You know, part of me hopes that DeSantis never stoops and just says, you know what? Just look this guy up. I'm not going to say another word about him. Not going to say his name.
I wonder, well, first of all, let's talk about the Democratic primary. If I was running against Charlie Crist, I'd just re-rack his commercials from a few years ago.
You mean when he was a Republican?
Yes. Hey, fellow Democrats, I'm talking to you. This is a Democratic primary, and we need, if I'm writing this for a liberal, we need somebody who believes in Florida, who understands that, liberal policy will save us, whatever, some sort of blah, blah, blah crap like that. Let me tell you about Charlie Crist. Here's Charlie on guns. Quick clip. Here's Charlie on abortion. Quick clip. Here's Charlie on gay marriage. Quick clip.
There you go, Democrats. There's your white man.
Let me get to a call here. Lee in Naples. What's up, Lee? Hello?
Yeah, you were talking about masks before and how it's intimidating. No, I don't get intimidated by the people wearing masks. I don't. I think it's stupid. And I just want to laugh at everybody wearing masks and how dumb they look. Because if you think a piece of cloth is going to protect you from a virus, I mean, a piece of cloth can't keep a fart from getting out.
A fart? Did you say a fart?
Yeah.
Oh, there you have
Are you
it.
allowed to say that on the radio?
Oh, yeah. You can say fart, fart head,
Okay.
farter,
Yeah.
farted.
You like that kind of talk, don't you?
Do I like that kind of talk about farts? I don't know. You continue talking about farts. Sure.
Right. Like locker room teenager talk. Uh-huh.
Occasionally.
No, it's just,
I am not above, I am absolutely not above busting out some 15-year-old humor.
yeah.
You're laughing?
They can't enforce any of the mask mandates because of the HIPAA laws. You tell them when you go someplace. I've been in Publix and everybody's wearing a mask except me, and maybe a few other people are not wearing a mask now that they're getting more relaxed with everything, and now that he rescinded everything. If people are still wearing a mask because they're scared to death, well, who's scaring them? I hear the loudspeaker and I just ignore it, and I just in there to get my stuff and get out. I don't look at people. I don't really care. If somebody says something to me, which when this whole thing first started, a manager did say something to me and my husband, and we just tell them that we have, a condition that we prohibits us from wearing a mask, and they leave you alone. Same thing at Walmart. Same thing everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, it's like they can't enforce it.
You get the vaccine?
No, I'm not getting the vaccine. I don't even know what's in it. You think it's a real vaccine, or you think it's who knows what's in it? I closed and said it's not even FDA approved. So even if it was, I mean, hey, if you want to get it, go ahead. But I didn't vaccinate for any of my kids. And to say that you have to have it to go to school is not true. All you have to do is sign an affidavit saying it's against your religious tenets and practices, not against your religion.
And I'm just this is just now me being curiously. So you have children?
Yeah.
None of them have any vaccines at all?
No.
And do you send them to public schools? We don't need to identify anywhere or anything.
No, my oldest one went to public school until about when he was in the 4th or 5th grade. He wanted to be homeschooled, and I homeschooled my other kids from the beginning.
Nice. And so up until 4th or 5th, though, you just signed the waiver, said, hey, no vaccines.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can do that. You don't have to have your kids vaccinated to go to school. People think that's true, but it's not.
How was it? I've got again, this is now just some of this curiosity, and I've asked Katrina, who you first spoke with before popping on air here. She was homeschooled. How was it teaching the kids? Like, how rigorous of a schedule did you have day in and day out?
Well, I might be different. Everybody homeschools differently. I was more of a relaxed homeschooler, and I did use the internet, and I used some workbooks from McGraw-Hill that I got at the dollar store, and I kept a answer key for myself, and I just had them practice doing their numbers and multiplication tables, and and if we had a day that they didn't were having a hard time or whatever, we made it a park day, and you're learning everywhere you go. I mean, if we go to the store, it's a field trip, so it's just
that's one of the things that has been suggested. Drew Steele also and his wife made great suggestions. Katrina, I think you talked about this as well, which is if you pop a kid at a boring desk and say, sit down and do this and complete this, it's not in their nature.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
And you can go. In fact, Drew had said, one of the best things he'd do is take his kid out to the pool, and they just do math by the pool. Like, go, hey, let's dive in. They go swim a little bit, come back out, finish a little homework.
Drew says school is where we're at.
Yeah.
Wherever we're at, that's where we're doing school right now.
That's right. That's where it is. It's not. You don't homeschool to recreate the classroom in your house.
Yep. What a great point.
Doing it child-centered, and you can do what they call unit studies, where you can, say if somebody likes horses, You can do the history of horses. You can do science, the kind of horses, growth, and you can do pretty much everything, maybe except for multiplication tables. You might have a separate workbook. But you can incorporate everything into a unit study about any subject that the kids like. So if you make it something that they're interested in.
I got it. Breaking news. I got to thank you. Comments on homeschooling, farts, and masks. On a very serious note, thank you, Lee. I appreciate it. Derek Chauvin has filed for a new trial in the death of George Floyd. The defense attorney argued that Chauvin's constitutional right to a fair trial was violated, taking issues with the judge's refusal to grant a change of venue and not sequester jurors. That and more. We'll continue it tomorrow. Bye-bye.
5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Dr.